have a beautiful feeling when I'm doing a cult because I would love to see the end of it. Yes, I have a beautiful feeling of it.
It's a joy to sit down and sew, make something that you enjoy, for others to see. And it's just wonderful.
I'll sew but 2 stitches every day, sew something. And I started that, and it really relaxes me when I sew.
It's just something that I want to do all the time. And that's just thinking about sewing and thinking about how we as a group, we as a people can get together and keep this going.
My name is Lillis Taylor, and I am co-founder and executive director of Bib and Tucker Sew-Op.
My name is Annie Bryant, and I'm co-founder of Bib and Tucker Sew-Op. There is a need for young women to learn how to keep this art going, and so we felt that we could do something for this community, and so we started the group.
That's how we can help that making people happy, because when they come in, they look at this stuff and they get so excited about it. Some people may want to do it.
And then we were growing, and Lily decided that we needed to get a bigger place.
And actually, I met Miss Annie at the Birmingham Quilters Guild. It was my first time ever going to the guild, and I wanted to learn how to sew. And Miss Annie was sitting at the table, and she smiled this big smile and said, "My name is Miss Annie," and you know, she was like the welcome wagon, and I told her that I didn't know anything, and she was like, "I don't know anything either," which is not true. And so we decided to get together and teach each other what we knew, and that's how it started.
It's 3 steps to it. You got the top and the batting and the backing. It's 3 steps. So you gotta do it all, you know, after you get through doing your squares. You cut your squares out, like that cut up there. We cut the squares out. Then we sewed it together on the machine. And then we put the batting and the backing. The backing is just a whole piece of material. You know anything? Okay. It's a whole piece of material. And then we put the binding on to hold it together.
We have also started a project called the March Quilts, which will be an annual project. This year's theme, the overreaching goal of the March Quilts project annually over and over throughout time will be to highlight civil rights, human rights. This year's theme is the 50th anniversary of the Selma to Montgomery March, and which is March 25th, the time that Martin Luther King came into Montgomery was March 25th, 1965. So we're making 2 quilts to commemorate that anniversary. Bib and Tucker Sew-Op, when we come to this space, we are black and white. We are younger, we are older, we come from different socioeconomic backgrounds. You know, I sort of was amazed to think 50 years ago we would not have been able to be sitting in this room together, and much less working on projects to give to people. So to me, the March Quilts is a celebration of really where we have come, and our art form is quilting. So this is the best way we know how to celebrate this achievement. There were more women around the table than I even can count who said, yeah, I was there for 1, 2, or all 3 of the marches.
I participated in the Bloody Sunday March. I participated in Turnaround Tuesday, and I went the first campsite, and then I went back that weekend to the festivities that was at St. Jude's. I felt like it was necessary because I had went to the courthouse several times to try to become a registered voter and was turned around. So, you know, if that was what we had to do to become a registered voter, I was willing to put my life on the line. You had to be scared when you knew that you could get beat up, tear gassed. You know, I went to jail It's funny to say, I had never walked on the sidewalk where the jail was, but I went to jail several times, and there was a lot of brutality done. When Annie Cooper got beat, I was like 25 feet from that. And I saw a lot of beating, and it's something now you look back at and you know that it had to be done. That was something we had to do, because, hey, everybody got a right to vote, should have a right to vote, and we didn't as Black people.
This is history that will eventually be gone. The stories that we're hearing today, need to be heard as many times as we can so that they don't disappear. Each big symbolic event that we celebrate was in reaction to something that came before it that was tragic and dark and probably not televised enough or even kept in the history books.
I just thank God that you all brought the quilting to Selma because now I feel good that we're going to be able to do a unity quilt and it's going to be displayed in the library.
That's right.
We have collected almost 400 quilt blocks. I think when it's all said and done, over 100 hours, both in facilitating other people's sewing blocks and in putting the blocks together and in quilting the quilts.
When we went to the Selma for the March quilt, oh my God, that was so, I don't even know how to explain my feeling that day because I had helped people sewed and it was so much of me. I was so happy that day. So I think it was about equality. I think it was about getting away of segregation.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, I just feel we accomplished our goal to make those quilts and get them hung up and get people to go in and say ooh and ah. And they did. They really did.
I'm gonna let it shine, shine all over Selma town. I'm gonna let it shine, shine all over Selma town. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Anyone else?
If Fulani have had watched this video, this is what I was saying. Fendeme yahuno Selma hari ha hande mi yahali ton. Kono mi weltino moƴƴanon sabi Allah e mislilis o naɓuɗolan ton. Mi weltino moƴƴanon mi wallitino himɓe ño'ugol. Himɓe hari hoɓɓe maɓɓe hari ño'ali ha hande. Kadi hari ko naɓunomen ɗon ko fi civil right. So ko ɗum ɗon hari mi falano wi'ude.